Did you know that on average in California, there are over 5,000 wildfires every year? If you own a home in California or are just thinking about buying one, it is super important to know how you can help protect your home and in the process help out our firefighters. Hi, my name's Allesen Cann. I'm a real estate agent here in beautiful San Diego, California. My goal is to give you the information that you need to be a successful homeowner and to love where you live. So let's dive in. I was born and raised in Southern California and I love living here. I truly think San Diego is paradise, but there are some drawbacks, and one of those is wildfires. I was actually in my first fire when I was just 5 years old. My dad had a house in Malibu on top of a hill, and a fire came over the mountains towards the ocean, and we didn't have water to the house. My dad actually had to truck the water in to the house, and we had a big giant water tank that he would fill like every week or something. And because of this, the firefighters stayed at the bottom of our driveway, had a full truck of water at the bottom of the driveway, and told us, if your house catches on fire, let us know and we'll come put it out. But they weren't going to help my dad keep the fire from getting to the house. My dad had to do that on his own. He had my stepmother and a family friend helping. Little 5-year-old me was inside the house. I was told to keep a wet washcloth over my mouth to keep the smoke out, and I had very strict instructions that if the house did catch on fire, I was to run out and jump in the pool. The whole experience definitely left an impression on me. Wildfires are super scary, and sometimes there's just nothing you can do. Sometimes it's going to sweep through and eat everything in its path. But there are some things that you can do to help increase the chances that your house will be one of the ones left standing when it's all done. I'm going to walk you through 5 things in this video so that maybe your house not only won't catch on fire, but if the fire is approaching your house, help slow it down so the firemen have extra time to get to your house and help protect it. Sometimes just slowing the fire down is just as important as trying to keep your house from catching on fire in the first place. All of the information I am going to cover I got from readysandiego.org and readyforwildfire.org. I will have links to both of those in the notes below so that you can go check out the information for yourself. The first most important thing is called defensible space. This is the 100 feet of space between your house and any wildland space. So if you have a hill behind you, if you have a canyon behind you, even if you just have a big open field, or even if you don't, if you have houses around you, you still want to do this because it can protect your house from having the fire spread from the other houses to your house. Now, defensible space is considered the 100 feet from the house and out. There may not be 100 feet between your house and the house next to you, but some of these things can still apply. In San Diego, we have a lot of canyons. So some of this is going to be super helpful if you do live on a canyon, and the example I'm going to show you is actually on a canyon. The reason canyons can be such a problem is that the fire goes slowly on the way down because all of the heat is going up, so everything below it is still cold. When it gets to the bottom and starts cresting the other side, that fire is now heating up all of the brush in front of it, and that makes it move faster because everything's already hot. So it moves much faster up the hill and towards your house than it does on the way down the canyon. So when we look at defensible space, there are 2 parts. First is the 30 to 50 feet right outside of your house. This is an area that should be covered with green plants or grass or other non-burnable things. So if you do have plants, there are plants that are less likely to catch on fire than others, so definitely check those. Like eucalyptus trees aren't the greatest. They have lots of oil and oil burns. So you want to pick the landscaping around your house with things that are less likely to burn. This is the complex that I live in, and they've taken it a little to an extreme. You probably won't do quite this, but it's a great example. You can see there's these green plants all the way around all of the buildings, as well as grass and a path. There's lots of things separating the building from the canyon. Then if you look over the fence, you'll see that they've actually cleared another 50 feet down into the canyon of brush. That's going to do is the fire will be coming up the canyon, but it will hit that cleared section and it will move more slowly. There will still be embers blowing and stuff like that that can still catch the building on fire, but that break gives the firemen some time to stop the fire there before it actually gets to the building. Numbers 2 through 5 fall under what we call home hardening. The point of this is to make it so that it's harder for your house to catch on fire if embers are hitting it. The key here is to make sure there's nothing combustible up against your house. So if you have a wood pile, keep that well away from your house. The fire that I was in when I was 5, my dad fought it. It went around the house stayed. The last thing burning was the wood pile. Luckily, it was well away from the house. You should also have the 5 feet directly around your house as gravel or cement or something like that that isn't even gonna burn. A lot of houses already have this. They'll have pathways kind of around the house, and that all will help keep the fire away. If there are plants that are directly up against the house, again, make sure those are the ones that are less likely to burn quickly. The next one was new to me, I thought was really interesting, is to replace the 5 feet of your fence that is touching your house. So if you have a wooden fence, replace that section with a metal part so that the wood fence is not actually against your house. That way, if it catches on fire, it's gonna stop when it gets to the metal spot. Another thing you can do is to have garden hoses around your house in different locations so that if you do need to water down your house, like if the fire's coming and maybe you're gonna evacuate, but you wanna water down the house first so that it has a better chance of making it. If you have hoses all around your house in different spots, you'll have a better chance of being able to get the entire house than if you just had one hose that can probably only get one side. If you have a pool, you can even get a pump so that you can use the pool water to do exactly that, to spray down your yard, spray down your house, and hopefully help protect it. And the 5th thing is to keep your roof and landscaping free of dead stuff. So dried leaves, dried bark. You can see here in these shots of my complex, we're not doing the best job of that right now. There is lots of dry leaves and bark all around. Need to keep that clear so that, again, when the embers are flying, if they hit one of those just right and that catches on fire, now the fire has spread and it's directly next to your house. Similarly, if you have a deck, keep the area underneath it clear of anything that can burn. And if there is a fire going on and you have patio furniture, take those cushions inside. Don't leave them outside. They're likely very flammable. You want to have those away so that they don't have a chance to catch on fire. To be clear, this is a million other things you can do, and those links that I mentioned before, I'm gonna put them below, and they have lots of other suggestions. So go through, check it, and see what you can do to keep your house safe, especially as fires become more and more common within our state. If you're moving to California and have any questions about wildfires, please either give me a call or comment below. I'm happy to help. If you already live in California, I'm curious. Did you learn anything now that you're gonna change in your house? Comment below and let me know. If you learned anything from this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell so that you get notified when I put out new content.